Welcome back to MingeMate, everyone. This is a channel showcasing my journey post-graduation, or otherwise known as adulting. Now, these are the top 10 lessons I have compiled based off writing notes every day at work for the past month. These are all things that I need to constantly remind myself and do, so I hope you can find value and relate to some of these points. So without further ado, here are the top 10 lessons. Lesson number 1, be organized. Organization is half the battle. Make sure you finish one task before you start the next. If you don't, things will start piling up and you will become overwhelmed and end up with 3 outcomes. 1, you won't get anything done. 2, you'll end up forgetting to do things. And 3, you'll do things half-ass. I remember back in my old job at Bell, my manager always used to give me shit for not being organized, and she would specifically say to me, "Minjay, you really have to work on crossing your T's and dotting your I's." My lack of organization back then costed me many sales, and at my new job, this is 100% unacceptable. I have quickly learned how important being organized is. A part of being organized is also having a sense of urgency to not wait and to do everything now. Prioritize what you need to do, but don't wait. You're at work. You're being paid to be productive. Make sure you write down detailed notes every time, regardless of the situation. This has saved me so much time and has helped me get through busy days. You're not going to remember every interaction, conversation, or things you have to do. Lesson number 2, listen carefully. Let people finish what they're saying. Relax and just listen. We all have a tendency to cut people off before they're done speaking. We do this out of human nature and reasons such as 1, we don't want an awkward pause. 2, you think what you have to say in the current moment is the best point possible. And 3, you always want to be in control of the frame / be the dominant one. Plus many other reasons as well. This is way easier said than done, but I'm making a concerted effort to just listen and let people finish what they're saying. The more you listen, the more information you'll have, and the easier your response will be. People also always appreciate a good listener. Now, don't take this too far as to never talking at all. You must know when to step in and let your voice be heard. There's always a fine line for everything, and it's our job to figure it out. Reiterate what people say so you have a clear understanding of what the other person is trying to convey. Focus. Listen to things like people's tones and adjust accordingly. If they seem like they don't want to talk, get straight to the point. Lesson number 3, be professional. I used to have this problem back when I worked in retail. I used to say things such as bro to customers and just be straight up immature at the workplace. When you enter the real world and start your professional career, understand that everyone is there for different reasons and have responsibilities. Reasons that are way more important than you. A lot of people have people they have to take care of, kids to feed, spouses that need to be taken care of. Don't go in and act like you're there to be friends with people. They're called colleagues for a reason. Most people want to succeed in the organization just as bad as you want to. I've met cool people, but I also need to remind myself that there are assholes in every organization as well. No one owes you shit in life, so don't take things too seriously because in the end, it's just a job. No complaining as well. Nobody likes a complainer. Take notes on how certain people act. For example, understand what your boss likes and dislikes. Keep track of everything and as much as possible. Really understand your role in your organization and play it to the best of your abilities. If you're in sales, make a lot of sales. If you're in customer service, provide exceptional customer service. Know and understand your role and just worry about yourself. Lesson number 4, all growth comes outside your comfort zone. This is a good follow-up from the previous lesson. We all know this is true. My friend just recently told me, life is all about things you don't want to do. Things such as being able to handle conflict. No one likes conflict unless you're a miserable person. It's something we cannot avoid though. I know if I don't handle conflict, I'm not going to last or make it anywhere in life. So stand up for yourself. Everyone wants to make it to the top, and that's always at the cost of other people. If you don't get good at handling conflict, people will take advantage of you and step over you. This is one of my personal weaknesses, and I know this is something that needs to be improved. When you don't feel like doing something, that is the exact time you should be doing it. For me, it's things like telling a client bad news or cold calling. It's different for everyone, but there's always things at work that people want to avoid, but deep down, you and I both know it's probably the thing that's going to help us grow the most. The way I'm working on this is by constant repetition. Repetition, repetition, repetition. As well, I'm changing my mindset as to how I look at these tasks. This all takes time. Lesson number 5. Always control the frame. Be proactive, not reactive. For example, don't let clients rush you or demand things from you. Take your time and always be in control. You're the product expert. Act like it. If you let people take the frame from you, they're going to make you do things you don't want to do. Remember, it's just another person on the other line or in front of you. Lesson number 6. You must become a product expert. From my past experience, I've realized that confidence comes from knowing what I'm talking about. That is why I'm striving to become a product expert. When you know what you're talking about, you're able to clearly convey information. When you are able to do that, you build trust with whoever you're talking to. When someone trusts you, they will buy from you. Lesson number 7. Remember people's names. A person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Dale Carnegie. Remember that everyone in the world wants to feel important. One way of doing so is by remembering someone's name, because a person's name is one unique thing about them. We all hear, "I'm not good with names, but I'm good with faces." Well, most people in this world are also mediocre. I was at my Christmas work party and one of my new coworkers asked me first question if I remembered his name. That just goes to show how important it is to remember people's names. Lesson number 8. Just keep your head down and let the results speak for themselves.
Is your landlord ready to evict you? Good. Pick up the phone and start dialing. Does your girlfriend think you're a fucking worthless loser? Good. Pick up the phone and start dialing. I want you to deal with your problems.
I realized as a new guy that the only thing I should be doing is keeping my head down and just working hard. Do not get into anyone's business. Do not act like you're the best. Just keep your head down and let the results speak for themselves. Lesson number 9. If you don't know, ask. The best conversations I've ever had was when I was asking the right questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions as long as they make sense and flow. My job in sales is to be able to uncover and find pain points in different businesses. There's only one way to do this, and that is by asking questions. If you've done your job well, always ask for the sale. This is something I'm trying to hammer into myself. If you don't, you're actually doing a disservice to yourself and the client. Last lesson, lesson number 10, get immune to hearing people saying no. Every person in the world has heard no so many times, but it's the ones who persevere that make it. Especially in sales, you're going to be hearing no so many times, and yes, it does get discouraging. Don't let that get to you though. Everyone is fighting to be successful, but in reality, the majority of people never make it. Also remember in sales, the worst thing someone can say is no. You're never going to talk to that person again. The world is a tough place. Get used to it. So there you have it. Those are my top 10 lessons that I have learned from my first month being in my first real professional career sales role. So I hope that you guys can relate and get some value from it. And if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe for more content like this.